Hi guys, it's Fentony back with another video, and in this one we're going to be talking about Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald. But just be careful for spoilers if you've not seen the film, because this video is going to go into some big spoilers, so make sure you've seen the film before you watch this video. So it was revealed in The Crimes of Grindelwald, Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald have made a blood pact. They've sworn an oath never to fight each other, but it seems like they can move against each other, but indirectly. Dumbledore through Newt and Grindelwald through Credence. So they can interfere, but not directly. Inside the pendant is the drops of blood from Dumbledore and Grindelwald. They drew blood from their hands using their wands and placed their hands together. The two drops of blood would raise up and merge into one, and they were placed inside the vial. Basically, the blood pact is stored inside a pendant, so it's not exactly like the Unbreakable Vow. The Unbreakable Vow, doesn't actually exist physically. It's a spell that's cast and an agreement between the two participants. The blood pact seems to actually exist, so it could possibly be destroyed. We're not actually sure about the natures of the restrictions or the consequences for breaking the pact. This is the first time we've heard about this in the Harry Potter world. Grindelwald kept the vial very close to him, but Newt Sniffler managed to steal it, and now Dumbledore has it, and he believes he might be able to destroy it. So does Grindelwald know he lost it? It's important to him, so he must know, but maybe he's not actually worried. Maybe he believes the blood pact cannot be destroyed. Or maybe he does. Maybe he's starting to get concerned. Eventually Dumbledore and Grindelwald will face off in 1945, which will lead to Dumbledore beating Grindelwald, Dumbledore gaining the Elder Wand, and Grindelwald going to prison for the rest of his life. But we have to remember that Grindelwald has the Elder Wand. He does lose it to Dumbledore, but we don't know how. We know that Grindelwald and Dumbledore's plan was eventually Wizard and Dominance, but to also gather the Deathly Hallows. Maybe Grindelwald's plan was to get the Elder Wand. Maybe it's a backup, just in case Dumbledore manages to break the blood pact. And if the Credence plan fails, he can rely on the Elder Wand. But we know he does lose it, but like I said, we don't know how. The Elder Wand is not very straightforward. It's supposedly the most powerful wand in existence, but it doesn't make you invincible. In The Crimes of Grindelwald, it was never mentioned that Dumbledore is scared of Grindelwald. He's scared to face the man he once loved, the man he still loves. Scared to learn the truth about his sister, Ariana. We know Ariana was killed in a freeway duel between Aberforth, Grindelwald and Albus. Dumbledore said he had a sister that he didn't love enough. And now supposedly Credence has been revealed as his brother, you can kinda see where the story's going. He didn't love his sister enough, so he's gonna try and make it up with Credence. But to be honest, we don't know the full story, so we can't jump to conclusions just yet. It's obvious that Grindelwald is lying, or he's trying to manipulate Credence, but I think there is some truth in his words. I don't think we're going to spend an entire film working out who Credence is, just for it to be revealed later on. By the way, that was a lie. I do think Grindelwald is lying, but there is truth in his words, but it's all part of his plan to manipulate Credence. I mentioned the duel between the two Dumbledore brothers and Grindelwald. How does the blood pact affect this? The blood pact is new information. It's something we didn't know before. We do believe that Ariana Dumbledore was an Obscurial, just like Credence, and Grindelwald wanted to use her as a weapon. We also believe that Aberforth would not stand for this. Dumbledore and Grindelwald were going to set off on their journey and take Ariana with them, but Aberforth stood up. We do think he tries to stop this, which starts a fight between him and Grindelwald. Dumbledore tries to interfere, but maybe he can, because of the blood pact, and this is what leads to Ariana's death. His pact with Grindelwald is the reason Ariana died. In the freeway duel, one of the curses hits Ariana and kills her, but we don't know whose curse it was. But does Grindelwald know the truth about Ariana, and will he use it in the future to manipulate Dumbledore? Crimes of Grindelwald kinda simplified the story down, but it's not really complete. It's only part 2, and there's still a lot of revelations to come. There is no mention of Dumbledore not wanting to face Grindelwald because of Ariana, only the blood pact. But maybe the blood pact is just going to be used by Dumbledore as an excuse. Maybe he has found a way to destroy it, but he chooses not to, because he doesn't want to face Grindelwald. From the Harry Potter books, we believe that Dumbledore and Grindelwald didn't meet until 1945, when they have their epic duel and Dumbledore defeats Grindelwald. But you never know, they might meet sooner. Rita Skeeter got all their information from various sources, and from Fantastic Beasts we know that some of the details in this film were never in her book, The Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore. Some of her sources didn't know the full story, so maybe there's parts missing. But if they don't meet until 1945, what takes Dumbledore so long? It's 1927 in The Crimes of Grindelwald, and that's when he gets the blood pact from Newt. Or maybe Dumbledore can't actually destroy the blood pact on his own. Maybe he can only do it with Grindelwald. Maybe both participants have to agree to destroy it. Or maybe there's some sort of terms to the pact. Maybe if one of these participants breaks the terms, then the pact is void. Honestly, I do think the Blood Pact is important, and eventually it will have to be destroyed before Dumbledore faces Grindelwald, but I don't think it's the only reason Dumbledore can't move against him. For over 10 years we've been trying to piece together the true history of Albus Dumbledore, and how would we feel if it's finally revealed the only reason he never faces Grindelwald is because of the Blood Pact. Once the Blood Pact's destroyed, Dumbledore flies off to Europe and defeats Grindelwald. I don't really like that story, and I don't think that's what J.K. Rowling's doing. I think there's a lot more than just the Blood Pact. I think Dumbledore's feelings for Grindelwald are going to come into play. He sees him in the mirror, and I think he's worried that he might actually fall for him once again. And also Ariana. Her death has always been on his mind, even till the day he died. I'd also like to point out, the Ministry knows about Grindelwald and Dumbledore. When The Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore is published, it's a massive scandal, and it seemed like a lot of the details in the book were not public knowledge. But maybe the Ministry only knows parts of the story. Honestly, like I've said several times, we're only in part 2 of 5, and The Crimes of Grindelwald has revealed a lot that we didn't know, and there's probably even more to come. The series is called Fantastic Beasts, but it's basically a Dumbledore prequel. But we've got to remember, The Crimes of Grindelwald taught us one thing. We don't know that much about the story, and what we think we know might not be right. There's still 3 films to go, but I want to hear what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the pact between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and how does it affect the future of Fantastic Beasts? And also, if you've got any video requests, let me know in the comments below. It's probably going to quiet down soon, because we're probably not going to hear much about Fantastic Beasts until they start building up the 3rd film. But once they do, the videos are going to come back, and there's going to be a lot, so make sure you subscribe. So guys, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel and you love Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.